Hi everyone! So today I'm going to be talking about the importance of God in your worldview, so whether or not you believe He exists. One of the big things that I'm always going to be talking about on my blog and in these videos is the concept that ideas have consequences. So good ideas have good consequences and bad ideas have bad consequences. In the same way, what you believe about God affects a lot of different things in your life. So today I'm going to explain the implications of God's existence and the implications of His absence. And here's the deal. What you believe about God is not a belief that's just in its separate little belief box and it stays all to itself. No, what you believe about God actually influences and affects what you believe about everything else in your worldview. So it affects how you approach relationships, how you approach pain in your life, how you approach big decisions. It affects everything. So let's start with theism, the belief that God exists. This belief is essential to worldviews such as Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, which are worldviews we will go into in more depth later on. If God exists, then we as humans are uniquely created for a specific purpose. Our choices and our lives matter. In a theistic worldview, there is no such thing as a meaningless life. Each person has so much value, not because of how they look or what they can offer society, but because they are a creation of God. In addition, history is headed in a specific direction and all of life has purpose. There is a universal standard of justice and morality that is based upon the very character of God. And when we die, we will either spend eternity with God or apart from God. That's all pretty straightforward, right? The biggest thing in theism is the idea that there is an ought. There is a way things ought to be. So even though life is painful and it's hard and we're going to experience heartaches, we can have confidence knowing that there is more to life than the struggle. Because we trust that there is a God who is involved in our lives, who loves us, who cares for us, who is working in all things for our good, and who we can always trust to be in control because He has a plan for our lives. Now, let's look at atheism, which is the belief that there is no God out there. This belief is essential to the worldviews secular humanism, Marxism, and postmodernism. Lots of isms. If there is no God, then our universe and all the beauty and life within it is utterly meaningless. It came about by accident and it is sustained by chance. There is no purpose or direction in anything. Humanity, in the grand scheme of things, is not really a big deal. Humanity means nothing in the ultimate scheme of things and has no intrinsic value. Also, history isn't headed in a specific direction. It's just a combination of blind, meaningless chance developments that are just moving us forward, and no one really knows where forward actually leads. This view is a lot more pessimistic, and the bottom line with atheism is that there is no way things ought to be. Life is painful and it's messy and it's short, but there's nothing to look forward to because this is the way things are. There's nothing else. The here and now is all we have, and when we die, there's just oblivion. And you'll hear lots of atheists and scholars refer to this as annihilation, which is basically we cease to exist. In summary, I want to share this quote with you by Stephen D. Schwartz, and it reads, "Theism, the belief that God is, and atheism, the belief that God is not, are not two completely different beliefs. They are two fundamental ways of seeing the whole of existence. The one, theism, sees existence as ultimately meaningful, as having meaning beyond itself. The other sees existence as having no meaning beyond itself." So, do you have any questions, thoughts to add? Perhaps you have thought of ways that the belief in God or the belief in the lack of God affects your worldview. Maybe you disagree with some of the things that I just said. I would really love to hear from you, so you should comment below. The whole purpose of these videos and my blog is to encourage discussion about important issues and questions like the existence of God. And I really want to encourage y'all to reason through what you believe. So please do comment. I would love to hear from you whether you believe the same things that I do or not, whether you agree with me or not. Lastly, you can like this video. You can also subscribe below if you're on YouTube, and if you're on my blog right now, you can follow me there. You can also find me on Twitter. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and stopping by my blog. Be on the lookout for future videos and posts because I'll be coming out with a lot of great new content soon. So thank you guys again so much, and you are awesome.